Hey, this is Tim, licensed loan officer, MLS number 1866731. That's my license number. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today on this video, we're going to talk about 5 ways to improve your credit. I know. Credit is one of those tricky things. And a lot of people struggle with credit. And I really don't want credit to hold anybody back from getting a mortgage or getting better terms on an auto loan or car insurance or anything like that, because every lender and even some employers are using credit. You know, they want to see credit. And I recommend just kind of working on your credit, getting it together. You don't have to have perfect credit, but work on your credit, putting a little bit of effort. And that way, when you time to get a car loan or a mortgage or a credit card, you get good terms. You don't get taken advantage of. You don't have to go to those predatory lending, things like that. So the goal of this video is to show you 5 easy ways to improve your credit, help you with your credit, so that way you don't get taken advantage of and you know exactly what you're doing. I want to make you get the best deal and the best terms when it comes to financing. Let's go. All right, so here we go. 5 ways to improve your credit score. Now, I want to read this statement for you. Your credit score is a key determination of the interest rate you'll pay on a mortgage. And remember, it's not just a mortgage. Again, I told you, auto loans look at credit. Whether you get a credit card looks at credit. Some employers, if you work in the finance industry, look at credit. Credit really shows people, if you want to rent, a lot of landlords are now checking credit. Credit really shows people like your credit profile or your character. Think about it. How do you feel about somebody that didn't pay you back? Okay. Yeah. Or paid you late? You know, you don't feel good. They said they'll pay you and didn't pay you. So more and more, they're looking at credit. Even car insurance are now doing a little bit of soft checking your credit. They want to see, do you pay your bills? Do you use too much credit? Are you responsible? Because they're trusting you to do the right thing. So, and then for a mortgage, you know, the biggest asset, the biggest purchase, they're going to look at credit. So here are some ways to help you get the best possible credit score, okay? The number one thing you want to do first, first thing you want to do is look at your credit. You know, look at your credit report. Look at your credit score. And you can do this multiple ways. You could do, I like Credit Karma. I use Credit Karma a lot. And the reason I like Credit Karma is because it kind of shows you a credit score. It shows you high impact, low impact. It gives you recommendations and things like that. So download Credit Karma, because if you don't know your credit, how do you know where it needs to be? So the first thing is just check your credit. Another thing you can go to is annual free credit report. It's called annual credit report now, but it used to be called annual freeze. You can go to annualcreditreport.com. Now this is cool. It lets you download one report from each bureau. So you have 3 credit agency bureaus. There's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So those are the 3 bureaus. And on those credit bureaus, all they do is collect information that's reported to them. So if you have a credit card and you use that credit card, they report it. Hey, they're paying on time. Hey, they're good. You know, hey, they're not using too much credit. They report it. They have an algorithm and they come up with a credit score. So that's how it works in a nutshell. I think I lost my screen here. So that's all they do is the reporting. So that's their job. So check your credit is a really good idea to see where you are. Just check it no matter where you are. Check your credit. And like I said, see where you are. The next thing you want to do is make sure it's accurate. You want to fix any errors. Now, errors could be address history. Sometimes you may have the same name as someone else. So you want to fix that error. Also look at accounts. Make sure all those accounts are accurate. If you see something that you don't recognize, there's a phone number. You might want to call them. And just so you know, there's credit laws provided by the Consumer Report that gives you the right, the Fair Credit Act, to dispute things. And when you dispute something, they have to investigate it and fix it, okay? So make sure your name is correct, the accounts, everything like that. If you see any errors, credit errors, go ahead and fix it. Now, after you do that, now everything's accurate. You know where you stand. And now you have a couple of things to do. Pay down debt. So if you have debt, you want to pay it down. And I'm talking more like credit cards. So credit cards, to really get the best rate, you want to be under 10% of your credit limit. But sometimes you have a low limit that may not be possible. So a good rule of thumb is be under 30%. So if you have a credit card for $1,000, really you don't want to go over $300. If you have a credit card for $200, like your limit, $200, you don't want to go over $60. And if you have credit card debt, paying that down will help your credit. Now, if you have an installment loan would be like a car loan. Just make your payments as normal. If you have student loans, just make sure your student loans are in good standings. Make sure they're in forbearance, or make sure you're on an income-based plan, or you're on some kind of plan to make sure they're in good standing. Now, if you don't have any debt, or credit card debt, then you want to maybe apply for a credit card and start using credit. That's very important. If you don't have any credit card debt, don't have any credit card, or get a secure card. A secure card means that you give them $200, they give you a credit card for $200, and you use it as normal. You don't go over $60, you just keep using it. And I recommend using it for something you already buy. Like, what's something you use your debit card for? Maybe gas, maybe a utility bill, a phone bill. Just use it every month and pay it on the due date. And the way I recommend doing it is automatic bill pay. Automatic bill pay means when you get your credit card, go ahead and log into their account or download their app, put in your bank information, and have it where it takes out at least the minimum payment every single month when it's due. That way you never make a late payment. So late payments can kill your credit. So pay down debt, and if you don't have any debt, start using credit, because if you're not using credit, there's nothing being reported, and it's hard to build credit, okay? So the next thing you want to do is, this is very important, don't miss any payments.
Yes.
A late payment is very critical. That's one of the biggest things that can kill people, is a late payment. A lot of people run into a rough patch or lose their job and don't make any payments for a couple of months. They get a job, get caught up. But now it could take you anywhere from 6 months to 12 months just to repair that. So one late payment wipes out 7 or 8 on-time payments. So you don't want any late payments. That's why I always tell people, just do an automatic bill pay on some of your regular bills, or make sure you pay bills on time. And some bills that are on your credit report, if you don't pay them, it goes to collection, and collections hit your credit report, and you don't want that. So if you have any credit card, always pay on time. You open a credit card, pay it on time. You have a secure payment, pay it on time. Even a few mixed payments can bring down otherwise excellent credit record. Make sure that all accounts are current, up to date, and any past due is paid. So very important. You don't want any past due, okay? The next thing is, you don't want to apply for too much credit. And what I'm talking here is hard inquiries. Every time you apply for an auto loan, a credit card, a mortgage, you get a hard inquiry. And a hard inquiry usually dings your credit 5 to 10 points. But when you have too many hard inquiries from a creditor, it looks like you need money. It looks like something's wrong. So if you apply for something and you don't get approved, sometimes it's good just to wait and improve your credit a little bit before applying again. Now, I know sometimes you really want that card and you may apply for another card, but don't keep applying, okay? Maybe apply one more time. And that's where Credit Karma comes in. Credit Karma will tell you the likelihoods of you getting approved. It will say, hey, this card. And after you have a couple accounts, I just ignore that because I don't need to build credit. But in the beginning stages, when you open your secure card and you use it for 6 months, then later on you might want to do a regular credit card. But again, applying for too much credit will hurt your credit. If you have good credit and you're applying for a lot of credit, it will hurt your credit. If you have okay credit, you don't want to apply. So remember, those hard inquiries stick on there for 2 years. It does fade over time, but you don't want to apply for too much credit. Applying for a lot of loans and credit card generates hard inquiries, which show up on your credit report and can make it look like you're a bit desperate. I hate to say desperate. That's a bad word, but you get the point. Okay? And then let's just talk about what is a good credit score. What is a good credit score? Okay, so anywhere from 300 to 620 is considered bad, but I kind of disagree with that. I would say 300 to 580 is bad. And then I think 620 right here is fair. So 620 is actually a really solid credit score. If you get 620, you can definitely get a mortgage. You can definitely get a credit card. 620 is solid. 580 is a little shaky. A lot of people say 580 is okay, but anything under 600 needs a little bit of work. And the easiest way to build credit is to just use credit. Have a store card, have a secure card, have a couple of things on your credit report. You want those, we call those trade lines, okay? So 620 to 689 is fair. And I kind of disagree with that again. I think good is 680. 680 is good in the mortgage world. So 680 is actually a good score. Anything over 700, I think is above average. And then excellent credit, 720, this is excellent. So it's good to know where you are. So no matter where you are, you can do work, And I've worked on my credit for years, I really focus on it, Let's go back here real quick here. So if you're at a 620, you want to look at it. I mean, do you have collections? You want to really analyze your credit and see why you're there and then how you can improve it. And usually you can improve it by just setting up a payment plan. I don't recommend paying off collections all the way. A, it's a lot of money. And B, it's not going to jump your credit because the damage is already done. But as it slowly goes down, it helps your credit. Because some people will just pay a bunch of debt off, not credit card, but a bunch of collections off. And sometimes their credit can go down initially because they lose those accounts. Because the credit is tricky. If you lose the account, sometimes it makes your credit go down, but it will go back up. But always kind of think about where am I at and what can I do to improve my credit? Sometimes you just need more accounts. Sometimes you just need more payment history. Sometimes you need more time. Just keep doing what you're doing with more time, okay? So I want to let you know that, Tim, I'm here to help. I'm here to help you get a mortgage. I'm here to help you improve your credit. I'm here to help you get an investment property. I'm here to help you level up and build wealth. So whatever it is, I'm here to help you. So I hope this helps. I didn't want this video to be too long. I wanted to give you just 5 simple ways to improve your credit. And if you're having trouble with credit, let me know. Talk to me. There's a lot of places out here that are charging you and this and that. I'm not going to charge you a penny. I'm just going to try to help you, give you some advice, see where you are, and help you get that A credit because you're going to need credit, like I said. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again on the next video. Salute.